Ready to go?
Ready to go.
Awesome. G'day everyone, this is the last drop and I'm here today with...
Harry Kidd.
Awesome.
Dan.
Hey man, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good to have you here. Alright, so first question, super basic one. What do you reckon would win in a fight? 1 horse-sized duck or 1,000 normal-sized ducks?
I would say 1 horse-sized duck.
And what's your reasoning behind that one?
I just think, despite there being tons of little ducks, their combined strength is still reasonably limited, but a duck as big as a horse would be quite formidable.
Compelling stuff there. I think that's we've done some really good insights there. And so my next question, similar kind of run, what is your favourite Brisbane venue to perform at?
My favourite Brisbane venue to perform at? That's tough because there's a lot of really good ones. That's tricky. I would say, at this stage, the Greaser Bar.
Greaser, you reckon?
Yeah.
What about Greaser does it for you?
I like how it's grungy, but and it kind of really it imbues a real rock and roll feel, and you're close to the audience. They're really kind of with you. There's that intimacy is exciting. Yeah.
Outstanding. I love a bit of Greaser, bit of Fireball.
Oh yeah.
Can't go wrong. So obviously, like, you want to have a really good gig, but sometimes we have bad ones. What would you say is the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you at a gig?
Oh, I actually at Greaser, I once, this was when I was in a band called Unfiltered Euphoria, who are a great band still. This was my final gig with them. We were playing at Greaser, and it was my first time playing at Greaser, and there's a bridge in the song where everyone else stops and it's just me playing, and I just played the entirely wrong thing and just carked it and couldn't recover, and it was a proper train wreck.
Could anyone tell, or?
Oh yeah, they could tell. Yeah, they could tell. It wasn't one of those ones where you could kind of style it out. It was just like, all right, we're failing here and we're gonna ride it out.
He's right. You just realised midway there's no return point. You just got to power through.
I realised I'd gone too far. Yeah.
Point of no return. So another question was, what was the worst gig you've ever played? But I'm probably going to assume that kind of feeds into that question.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think that's got to be the worst.
At least it's you got most embarrassing or worst just in the same one.
Exactly. Yeah, it works well. Yeah.
It's all gone through. And then with the music industry, kind of like starting out, getting into it, is there one thing that you kind of like dislike or hate about the music industry?
Not necessarily hate, but something I think is a bit of an issue that you have to overcome is that even in the kind of opportunities or initiatives they provide for like emerging artists, different organisations or groups or whatever it is, often their idea of an emerging artist is still a little bit down the track. They've still got quite a bit under their belt oftentimes. So I think more opportunities for people really starting off that really don't have much of a platform or an audience, give people a try even if they don't have a lot to show already, because you never know what they could go on to do.
Yeah, exactly, like where their potential could lead.
Exactly, that's it, yeah.
Awesome, very cool. Very, very cool. And then like obviously you gig in the Valley a lot at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's like the weirdest thing you've seen on a gig night or just on a night out in general?
It's not necessarily, or it might be, I guess it is kind of weird, but I was playing at the Royal George Hotel once, and 2 big guys, like both of them were proper big lads, just ripped into each other, like throwing fists right on top of me, and you just got to keep playing, keep it together, and you're just hoping that they don't, either fall into you or, take offense to you still playing while they're fighting, and they both turn on you. And yeah, that was an odd experience, and watching a security guard just fly in and like coat hanger a dude, and they were good mates, because that was actually the weirdest part, because I watched them outside after they got thrown out, and they were like pals, and they like hugged it out and then went on together to another club.
To fight again at another acoustic gig?
Exactly, yeah, to just keep it rolling.
At least you can be part of that beautiful story of like friends and then enemies and then friends again.
I know, I was like the soundtrack.
Yeah.
For this heartbreaking but then beautiful moment. Yeah.
Oh, such is life, isn't it?
That's it, yeah.
And then what would you reckon is the last song you listened to before we did this interview this morning?
Oh, the last song I listened to. I think it was Gang of Youths, Still Unbeaten Light.
Oh, can't go wrong.
Yeah, brilliant song, yeah. And I think probably the one just before that was the Angel of 8th Avenue.
The new single?
Yeah, new single.
Oh, outstanding.
And then I kind of went back and just listened to them for like 5 hours straight.
Did your
just
little
going through
Gangnese
everything.
binge. Yeah.
That was it.
I mean, when you got Dave LaPepe dancing, like, you just
Oh.
can't get any better.
You can't. It's a truly majestic thing.
There was sex on legs, it's that man.
It is indeed. Yep.
Now, I do have something I want to show you and talk to you about.
Okay.
Can you please tell me what is going on in this clip here? Where is this and what is happening here?
Goodness. Wow. That is, yep. That's me playing my first gig I ever did at the Lizard Music Festival, which is a music festival at St. Lawrence's, where we went to school.
We did go to school
South
there, a
Brisbane.
little familiar connection.
Yep. And I was in year 8, and that was my first ever performance at the school and first ever time playing at that festival, which became a big part of my schooling life.
Yeah.
That was a special moment. Yeah, I was absolutely bricking it because didn't know anyone, was the youngest person at the festival, but so happy I did it, and I was shown so much support and love from the school community, which really set me on a good path.
Yeah, obviously you're quite a fresh-faced gentleman as you are now, but looking back at seeing yourself so young there, how do you see you've come?
Yeah, hopefully okay. I do look like a 4-year-old businessman with like
With the tie.
yeah, the tie, and it's like the sweater, and I've got a little watch on. It's not the most rock and roll image that you've ever seen, but I was trying to keep it together. I was trying to be professional for the first gig. Yeah.
So thank you so much for coming on and for being part of the Sawce and the Raw Sauce.
My pleasure.
Have you got a question for the next artist that we were going to spotlight?
Yeah, I would ask them, what is it could be an idea, a value, a theme, whatever it is, that the artist most wishes to kind of encourage in their audience, or most wishes to impart to their fan base, the people who engage with their work. What's the thing that they want people to feel most when they listen to or look at or, become involved in any way with their work?
Yeah, it's a much better question than any of the ones I had written down, so that's a nice...
Oh, you're too kind.
Nice little
No,
plus.
I don't know. Yeah, I hope that wasn't too wanky and vague. but-
Nah, Wanky and Vague is what the music industry's built on, mate,
Ah,
so...
nice. We've nailed it.
We're golden. Yeah, thank you so much for coming on. We'll get a little handshake and then look into the camera.
My pleasure, man. Thank you.
No worries, thank you very much. All right, and that's the last drop, guys. We haven't planned an ending yet, so we're just going to kind of end it like this and fix it in the edit.
See you later.
Awesome, killed it.
I think that was good.
Yeah.
That felt good, yeah.